We are starting second part of this workshop on elements of Seljuk decagonal designs. What I did uh, between yesterday and today, I collected all these tools that we had done last time. So there is a separate file which I call the tools, okay, and I have here some tools that we already did, or yes, I think most of them we did. Okay, I added golden section and I added also to do it colors were at the top. These are the colors that were collected from Isfahan, but the top row contains colors that I collected from the files that we had today, that we are going to have today. So this is our beginning of the second hour, and I hope I will finish it in 1 hour, so we can enjoy Seljuk decagonal designs. So let me to start from the example that we did last time. You remember we did example like this, okay, that looked like this, okay, and here we had a large decagon, here there was large decagon, and the same on the right side. But, you know, sometimes the wall was too narrow, or the wall was a bit wider, so Seljuks were thinking this way. I can cut my pattern in any convenient place where I can fit it on the space that I have. So here is just the idea from the mosque Lala Musi Hiddin Jami. And what they did, they said, okay, I have to cut my pattern like the, where is the blue line? I have to cut the pattern where is the blue line. So this was the idea. But if you do this, document options, add duplicate page 2, what you will get. Okay, look at this. This part cannot exist. Okay, this part also cannot exist. So we have to hide them. Okay, the same is on the right side. So display hide segments. Okay, so now suppose my pattern is going this way. Okay, and if I cut these, okay, and I cut these things also here, so hide objects, my new space for the pattern will be like this, and of course color make it black, and here it is like this. And of course here I will just make it blue to remind you, okay, that we are dealing with pattern that was cut this way. So hide these lines. So what we can do really, we can do a thing like this. You see, here, this space, we cannot fill it with traditional elements like, for example, okay, if we use rhombus, okay, we can build rhombus here and we'll do it. But just going to the patterns, okay, the rhombus pattern, okay, I should do this properly this way, okay. So rhombus can fit precisely here just like this, because it has two axes of symmetry. One is horizontal, another one is like this. So we are okay with rhombus, but just to have things done properly, construct two parallel lines. Okay, I just make them thin because I need them only as a reflection lines. So transform, reflect, okay, and then take this point, transform, reflect, and here the bottom line again, transform, reflect, and then this one, transform, reflect. Okay, I can hide these lines because I don't need them anymore. So hide them. And now what I get? I get a modified version, okay, a modified version of the pattern for this corner. And I can fill it with elements that I have here, and I will be quite fine. So edit, action, button, hide and show, okay. I have this button just because I don't want to do everything by hand again. Now, this is the tessellation that you can find in Lala Muslihidin Jami. So let's start filling it. In the tools, I have the rhombus pattern. Okay, so you see how nicely these things can be done. Okay, I can do it here. I can fill this part here. Okay, and then this way. So you see the investment in these tools was quite useful and we could use whatever we had. Okay, one more. I forgot about this one. And now the rest, okay, the tools, okay, and then the trapezium thing. I can put trapezium like this, okay, and I can put trapezium here, and then this way, then this way. You see, normally we expect that tessellations are without gaps, but here we are getting gaps because if I take the polygon for the trapezium, I get a gap here, okay? But we don't bother about this too much because it is just not seen by anybody, okay? And now, okay, I don't want this. I want to have a pattern like here. Okay, so you can fill it with everything what we got. This is this, and then. Okay, so this is the idea that we get from this mosque, and of course, every mosque has some, and every pattern has some special things. So if we look at the corner, this is what we got. Okay, there's the triangle, there's the rhombus that I have here. Okay, I put it. Then I have these two things, and then these two things, and then the rhombus again. So this way we created another part, another shape. This is the octagon, decagonal octagon. So now let's just check. Okay, so this is the master point, and then this is also with children. Okay, so if I select these edges just like this, Okay, and of course I need also vertices. Yes, okay. I can get these lines, but I really don't want to have them. So I can make a new tool. Okay, create a new tool, and I will call it the octagon. Okay, because this is really decagonal octagonal shape. Now, if I hide all these segments just to get only the pattern. Okay, I think I've got everything. Edit action, no, Control Z. Edit action buttons, hide. Oh well, I just blow it up. Okay, so yes, sometimes we make a movement that doesn't help us much. Okay, edit action button, hide and show. So hide straight objects. Okay, now I don't need these points. Okay, and now these were the two main points. So I do this way and then create a new tool, and so I will have the octagon pattern. Yes, okay. Now let's move further. So File, Document Options, Add, Duplicate, Page 3. Okay, great. I don't need this one. Okay, now I have to hide all these objects. Okay, I have to just get whatever I really need. Okay, and then hide these objects and then display hide path objects. Okay, and now we can make larger pattern out of this. So transform mark vector, and then you select everything, translate. Okay, that's the translation that we got, and we can hide this segment. Now what we can do, a pattern like this can go up and down, and there will be no problem with it. Now again, transform my mark vector, and then what we'll do, transform and translate. Okay, so that's what I got. Okay, now removing these elements. This is height. Okay, so this is the pattern from the Lala Musli Jami, and of course you can add some extra background for it. Okay, just like this one, and you can put it to the back. Okay, so everything looks fine. Now, if you like, you can make different color for it. For example, black. Okay, no, not red. Red is ugly in this case. Okay, color. Okay, and now what about the lines? Okay, first edit, select all points, display hide points. Okay, and then what I can do, just select all lines, select all segments, display color, make it white so there will be nice contrast. Okay, so that's the pattern that we are getting. If you like it, then everything is fine. If you don't like it, you know how to change colors, so you will be absolutely fine with this. I wish to just show you one thing here. This shape here, this is the shape that is not very often seen in pattern design. We created it on the edge, okay, but it happens also in the middle of design like here. And as I know, in Istanbul, I saw it maybe once, maybe twice, but not more often. So we are getting something new. Okay, and of course, you have to remember how we did these things. So let's file, save it. Okay, now let me to go back to the tools. Okay, and this is file. Okay, and then go to tool options, copy tool, and what we have to copy the octagon and copy another, okay, the octagon pattern. So we are just harvesting tools that we did. Okay, save this file because this will be important. I will send you this file when I will be sending all works. Now, okay, go to another. Okay, so this was this file. Now let's select another one. Yes, I really like this design because this design, although is very very bad, okay, but you have to remember that is really very old design, and the colors are so beautiful here. And you see, that's a beauty of Seljuk design. Usually if they use color, they use very limited amount of color, so you can always get something interesting from it, and this is in a very good taste. So what we have here, we have nice hexagonal pattern, very nice, very simple, and very good for drawing. You can also analyze this one. This piece, this is also hexagonal pattern, so it is worth doing. Then we have this pattern. This is this belt, and by the way, there is also another pattern here on the side. I have it on a separate photo, uh, so I am not sure if I will be able to finish this, but it is still worth analyzing and looking. Colors are the same, but here this pattern we see as in a front view. Here this one is on the side view, so the colors are not well done. Okay, they are grayish. Okay, this is the pattern that I have here, and this will be the pattern for this example. I did it already, so I just simply tell you what I did, and this way we will have more time. So go to here. So how the construction of this thing is going on. Okay, I'm going to make it in a way that is rather strange, but it works quite fine. Okay, now which part I will be doing? Yes, okay, I don't. Okay, so that is this part. Okay, maybe I should mark this with a polygon like this. Okay, and this is what I'm trying to do, make it transparent. so you see what is behind. Okay, so this is what I will be going to do. Yes, okay, and now this is where I start. What I am doing, I start with the segment like this. Then I make two perpendicular lines. These are the two lines, okay? So I have a thing that looks like this. Two lines blocked from the bottom, and then what I do, I divided this angle into 5 equal parts. So what I take this line, okay, this line, okay, all lines should be really solid, but they, you know, when they are changing to dotted lines. So I just take this line and I go one reflection, rotation, 18 degrees, 18 degrees, 18 degrees, 18 degrees. And then what I really do, I just go to this point, because this point I will have, okay? Because this is the point on this line. And I draw a circle passing through this point until the place where I join this line. So these two lines are giving me the 2 points. And in this point here on the top, I say, halas, we have to finish this in this point. So for this point, I make line perpendicular to the side edge, or this one, and I get this edge. So I got the contour. I don't need anything more. I even don't need these lines and the circle. So what I do, okay, you see, I remove all of them, okay? So from the previous picture, you have only the black contour and nothing else. Then next part, what I do, I am finding a midpoint for this thing, okay, just like this. So that's the midpoint that I'm doing. Having a midpoint, I draw line parallel to the edge. There's no problem with this. We know how to make parallel line, okay? And then when I get this parallel line, I rotate it to the right, or you can do to the left, okay? And this is the angle here, okay? If you just take this point, and this point, measure this angle, this is 36 degrees, okay? So I get this line, okay? I get this line by rotating it 36 degrees. Okay, now what I do, I take this edge, rotate it again 36 degrees to get this one. Okay, so this is again 36 degrees. So when I got this, I have this point here. I have this point because this is the intersection point of this line with this thing, okay? And then again, I have this point because this is intersection of this line. Here what I do, I just divide this angle into parts, in 5 parts, okay? Well, if you wish, I can just go back to the previous page. I can just copy, okay, copy this contour, okay. I can make a tool, contour, okay, and now I can go to the next page and show you precisely what I did. So my contour looks like this. Okay. Now, just describing step by step everything. That's the midpoint. Okay. And now, having the midpoint, construct perpendicular line, not this way. Okay, construct parallel line. Okay, make it black because I don't want this. Okay, and now double click. Okay, transform, rotate, minus 30, 36. That's the angle that I am using. Okay, and I get this. I don't know why I have this point. Okay, because this was my mistake. Okay. Sometimes you get things like this, so construct parallel line. Now take this one, transform, rotate, minus 36. So you're getting this point and this point. These are the 2 points that you are getting, okay? And in such case, what you do, transform, rotate, 18 degrees. Oh, yes, and then transform. No. Okay. Yes, and then one more. Okay. So I got these lines. I don't need any more of them. Okay. So I'm absolutely fine. And then I do the same here. Okay. So transform, rotate, but I need only 36 degrees and with the minus. Okay. Yes. Okay. Look at this, what I got. I got this point. I got this point. Okay, so these are the two edges. If you want, you can just draw line. Display line style medium, display color red. Okay, and here I can draw the line, this line, but I really don't need this. Okay, now what I do, I take these 2 points now and the middle thing. This is the mirror for the shape, and I construct parallel lines. Okay. Yes, okay, color black. So what I got this point, I got this point. Okay. And practically I have everything, only I have to finish a few things. So select these 2 points, construct perpendicular line. No, perpendicular. Parallel, okay. Yes, okay. And then I can start drawing the red lines. So my next red line is going this way. Okay. And now this is what I'm getting. Okay. Now you got exactly this shape and you don't need to bother too much. Okay. I will remove this one so we have only one shape here. Okay. And then what I do, okay, go to the next page. Okay, so this is what I got. Okay. Now, okay. I have to take my telephone and put it outside. Okay, no more. So what I do next, okay, do I have to, okay, so now what I do, I hide all these things. Yeah, okay, so this is, yeah, so that's the tessellation for this part of the pattern. But if you really want to have a whole pattern, so document options, add, duplicate page 10. Okay, and now start making tessellation ready for interlacing. So transform, reflect. You can always make transformations, any transformations for tessellations, even reflections, but you cannot make reflections for interlace pattern. Okay, so this is what we got. Okay, it looks so nice. So display, hide these things. Now what I can do, okay, I can just make missing elements. Okay, just like this. And then edit action button, hide and show. Okay, so this is this. Okay, so I can play with this button and I can put, so document options, add, duplicate page 11. Okay, and now go back to tools. Okay, so do I have another copy of this? Okay, fine. So I can fill it with pattern. The tools, okay, and then a hexagon pattern. Looks like this, and then like this, and then this way. Now, okay. Now I can apply this here. I can apply this part here. I cannot apply to this shape, so I have to move reflect, and now I can, yes. And then what I do, double click, take this point, transform, reflect, and again, just like this. Okay, and now what we are missing? We are missing the trapezium thing. Okay, so it will come here. It will come here. Now I have to get it up. So transform, reflect these points, and the trapezium will go this way. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. Now go down and transform, reflect. Okay, just like this. Okay, so you see what I got. I got precisely this part of the pattern. Okay, the left side of it. Just you see Sormedan, Sormedan. Here is the same. And of course, I got also the right side. So let's go to the next page, add, duplicate, page 12. Okay, hide objects. And now we have to start hiding things that do not belong to our pattern. So that's this. Okay. Yes, and then I do the same here. And the bottom part is like this. Okay, so this is what we are getting in this case. And practically, we have to just clean it and make it bigger. So edit, select all points, just keep the corner points only. So display height points. Yes, and now I need to move this text somewhere here. Okay, and then what I do. Then first thing, transform. So mark vector, and then translate it like this. Okay, you see you can already hide these segments. Now, if you like to make it smaller, you still can do it. Okay, because what you can say, this is my next vector, and then go up to this point and say translate just like this. Okay, I don't need all these lines, so hide these segments. Okay, and now I just need, okay, make it slightly smaller. This will be convenient. And then the original pattern is a blue like this one. Okay, this pattern is more like a dirty brick. So we can change things and we can make it nicer. Just go to the colors. Okay, now you can choose which color you prefer, and that is really easy. So what you say, edit, select all polygons, because everything here are the polygons. Okay, and now you have to decide which color you prefer. If you prefer this one, unclick it, uncheck it, and check it again. So all colors will be changed to the last selected color. Display color, the other one, it is fine. Okay, so our color tools are broken. We have to bring them back. Okay, and now what I can do, I can just put a pattern behind all this. Okay, that's a typical thing. Okay, this way you are not spending your time on separate elements. And now display color, and the other one, it is almost black, but it is not really black. And now what you do, edit, select all segments, display color for these segments. You can take one out of the palette, but you can also take a color from here, display color, other, like this. Okay, and now let's start cleaning it. Okay, so I don't need this thing, but I can leave it. Fine, that's not a problem at all. And now the only thing, edit, select all points, display hide points. That's the pattern that we created in this exercise, and this is from the old Malatya pattern. Uh, that looks like this. This is a typical Seljuk design, very dense maze of lines. You see, if you are looking at this, how dense it is, there are no big open spaces. The bigger space is here, the biggest space is here, but otherwise no other open spaces. So that is really very nice design. So save it and I can close it. Okay, and now do I have, okay, now this is the next one. Okay, what was this? Okay, I can close this one. Okay, and then, okay, I have left with 3 examples. So the one here looks like this, and this is very a good example, teaching a lot. I have this example from the last Malatya example, and you see how it is done. We can do it if we have time. Okay, and yes, okay. Why I have this example here twice? Okay, let's do this one. This example is bringing us to something quite important. The question is, this is the big question, how to fill with pattern a regular decagon. Okay, that's the main question for this exercise, and make it large like this, okay? And you can also make it red, so you know that we are talking about things like this. Yes, I said last time that Seljuks didn't like large open spaces. They never like it. So whenever they could, they always covered a decagon with dense pattern than a star. For example, here you have a star, but then inside of this they put another star because they didn't like to have here a large empty space. Here you have decagon. It could be a place for star, but they didn't do it. What they did here, they just put things like this. Then there was another star here, okay, and again it was, the decagon was filled with this, okay. What was here, I don't know, because we don't have the whole pattern, but just looking at this element, we can just think that we have a thing like this, okay, a Sormedan like this, okay, only we have a bottom place space of it. So this shape here, it is the shape here. Okay, so this is where we start playing with filling decagons. Add, duplicate page 1, okay, and this is what we got, okay, and then let's try to figure out how we can make our pattern design, okay. If you are looking at this axis of symmetry, one of them is here, okay. Top part and the bottom part look the same, okay. Another one is here, okay. Then we have here another axis of symmetry, just like this, okay, just like this, okay. And then what we are getting. In fact, what we have to do, we have to design 2 tangent decagons. This will be our key work, Okay, so let's do it differently. Okay, this way. I don't need this text because it is on the previous page. So on this page, I can remove it. I can even put it somewhere here that this information, okay, construct perpendicular lines, okay, and make these lines black, okay, and the lines should be thin, okay, and then start rotating. So take this thing, transform, rotate 90 degrees divided by 5, okay, transform, rotate, transform, rotate, and transform, rotate. Okay, so this is this. This is the place, this is the place where is the center of the, okay, so the center of this decagon, and this one, I just will mark them with different color and display lab point style large. Okay, so this is where we are. Tangent decagon, and then another tangent decagon here. Okay. Okay, so we have to just do what we do. So construct perpendicular line. Okay. So what we can do now, take this thing, transform, rotate, but the other way. Okay, transform, rotate. Now take this one. Okay, so we have two corners, and then we have these 2 points, but we don't want them point style medium and color the other one. Okay, so these are the 2 points, okay? And then what we do, we just draw a circle like this, and then we draw a circle like this, okay? So we are just drawing the bottom part of this. We are not drawing anything special, okay? So now what I do, segment, segment, okay? Okay, so my segment is at the moment white because this is from the previous example. Okay, and then line style medium. Okay, then do this, then do this. Okay, and then if you want to have think properly done, transform, reflect. Okay, and this way, and then transform, reflect this way. Okay, so you see what we did here. Okay, we developed the bottom part, but then what we have to do, we have to just develop the rest. In fact, we have to develop it up to this point. Okay, why? So let's do it. Okay. Okay, so what I did, I have this segment, that's the bottom one, then I have another one and another one. So these are the two segments still inside, and this one is the finish for everything. So construct perpendicular line, okay, but why I have so many of them? Okay, construct perpendicular line. Okay, so these 2 points, and now let's start finishing with the thick lines. So a line like here, color black. Okay. Okay, so we got tessellation. We got tessellation for this part. Just okay. Look, it looks like this, okay? That's the decagon bottom, that's the top decagon, and now we will have to finish it further. So what we can do next? Next we can change the page, add duplicate page 2, okay, and what we will do? Draw a line, okay, draw a line, make it thin, okay, this is the symmetry line for this shape. So what I do, double click, okay, and I say transform, reflect. Look how nice it is. Now what I do, I just draw, construct parallel lines, okay. I get these 2 points and then display color red and display line style medium, and the same is here. Okay, just finish this part because I don't like thinking what will happen when I will finish. Okay, so this is what we got. File, document options, add, duplicate, page 3, that's okay. And now select all these unnecessary things. So press Shift, start selecting things this way. Okay, display, action button, release. Okay, so hide objects. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I don't want this one. Okay, now I didn't do properly this thing, so I have to just make construct perpendicular lines. Okay, just a quick job. Okay, and that is all. Display, hide them. Okay, so that's the tessellation that we had. Okay, now what you can do with this is really up to you. Document options, add, duplicate page 4. So what you can do? You can do this. Just transform, reflect. Okay. Okay. So this is the bottom part. But if you wish to make interlace, so we have to just do this. Okay, I still have transform, reflect. Okay. And now make it smaller because this thing is very, very big. So yes. Okay. Now I don't need these points in the middle. I will remove them later, so I don't need to bother too much. But just for the sake of getting everything correctly, transform, reflect. Okay, now the same here, transform, reflect. So we got a proper tessellation For what? For interlace pattern, okay? So let's keep it like this so you can duplicate this page and then you can start filling it with pattern. Okay, so go to the tools and start with what? Okay, hexagon pattern. Okay, that's my hexagonal pattern. Okay, that is the part that I have here. And of course the thing in the middle. Okay, so everything looks quite nice. And now go to where? Go to the tools, okay, and tall trapezium pattern, and you can just fill the gaps on the edges, okay. So that is this, and then is this, and here, here, here. And of course, you can play the same game here. So what you can do, okay, now, okay, and then what we do here looks like this. Okay, and then just like this. Okay, I left these decagons here just to remind you. Decagon can be filled with pattern like this without using star. Okay, so document options, add, duplicate page 6. Okay, and now what I can do, I can just hide, waste a lot of time for hiding. Okay, and then, okay, hide these objects so I can be at least happy that a few things are gone. Display, hide objects. Okay, again, press Shift and start selecting. Okay, so I have the red things gone. Okay, make it smaller, otherwise I will be messing up still. Okay, and now remove this part. Okay, oh well, display. Yes, okay. Okay, and now points, edit, select all points. I just need to keep only corner points. The other points are not important. So hide points. And now when you have this, you can go to the next page, add, duplicate page 7, okay. And now what you do, mark vector, just this way, transform, translate. Yes, that's properly done. Hide segments, okay. And then what you can do, you can just think about colors and having it. You can keep a brown like this, but you can also go to the colors from the previous example. Okay, so you can just say fine polygons, edit, select all polygons. Okay, and then, okay, let's keep it lighter. Okay, display color. Okay, very nice blue color. Okay, I don't want to have it here. Now again, the color palette should come here. Colors, just like this, okay? And then what I need to do, I need to put a dark background to it. So what I do, just select, send it to back, okay? You don't see anything, but it went. So color, the other one, it is the one here. Now segments, edit, select all segments, and again I suppose need this color, so display color, the other one. Okay, so that's what we got, and that is a Konya inch minar. Yes, but of course the colors are not the same like those here. Uh, I think this one is nicer. But of course you can also change the colors to, for example, this one. Okay, so file, save this thing. And I think my time is over. So I have to start finishing everything. So stop sharing. Yes, and just hopefully to see you again, and goodbye.